Hey everyone, welcome to the AllBrands show. I am Barbara from allbrands.com, and today I am super excited because we have something new, an industry first machine that will be released this year. We're already accepting pre-orders on it, and it's called the Grace Little Rebel machine. It's a portable sewing and quilting machine with some industry first features, and I can't wait to show it to you. If you're watching live, please comment hashtag AllBrands because we will be doing a giveaway at the end of this broadcast, and we'll see you shortly. And we're back behind the scenes with me, my friend Allegra Erzosnik. I'm so happy to see this prototype in person. Oh my goodness.
I am excited for you. I'm excited for everybody, actually. This is the brand new Little Rebel sewing and quilting machine. And like Barbara said, it is an industry first with such amazing features that we can't wait to show you all about. First, though, let's find out where everybody is watching from. So let us know where you're watching from, where you are. We're happy that you're joining us.
Yes, welcome everyone. We actually have folks that watch from all over the world, and you guys are in luck because we ship this machine all over the world. Well, not yet, but available.
It will be soon, yes.
In the fourth quarter this year. So yeah, we have Kim Myers from Oklahoma City. She is actually part of our exclusive YouTube group. Subscriber. So thank you for joining, Kim. Always great to see you. Let's see. Jennifer from Missouri is watching. Last time we went live, Allegra, we actually had a war of people saying, "Oh, we want AllBrands in this city. We want AllBrands in this city." It was so fun. We even got invited to Australia, and that was great.
Oh my gosh, that's lovely.
That's Small from Ohio. Estina from Philadelphia. Wonderful. Oh, Renee from Florida. I hope you are okay after the storms. Let's see. More. Oh, let's see. North Carolina. We have Sandra watching. And another Beth from Ohio. And then let's see. Oh, Caroline. She's been on our show before. Hey, she's watching from Hot. I was just there recently.
Oh, man.
We had an event in our store, and it was so much fun.
Oh, good.
Kansas. Let's see. Kansas, Southern California, Northwest Missouri, Arbor, Michigan, another Michigan, and let's see. I think, look, Rhonda from Louisiana. It's great to see everybody.
Yeah, it is. Thank you so much for joining us. So let's just give a quick rundown about everything that we're going to cover.
So I'm so super excited about this.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So what's industry first features of this machine?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. First, we're going to talk about just the general depth of the throat space. We have a 13-inch throat and an 8-inch tall harp. So you get lots of space in here to do whatever you want to do, whether it's a big sewing project, a big quilting project. This machine can do it for you. This machine is also designed as a workhorse. So this can go through denim, canvas. It's meant to be able to do anything that you want it to do as well. It doesn't require any yearly servicing like most sewing machines do, and it's easy access from this hood that just pops open for maintenance. It doesn't have a carry case, but it does have a lovely little handle for you to take it with you, whether it's a quilt guild, you're sewing or quilting with your friends. It's really awesome. And in this sewing machine, it has an M-class bobbin. So you get a whole bunch of more bobbin thread than you do with a regular sewing machine.
There's one more thing that I think that we should keep secret for a little bit longer that I'm really excited about. But I wanted to know from everybody, how many of you are quilters? And let us know what type of quilting you do in the chat. I'm interested to see how many quilters we have watching. So I am a quilter of every avenue. How about you, Allegra?
I am actually not a quilter. I feel like that's a crime to say that with my job, but I do like to sew. I do a lot of clothing alterations for myself. I like fashion in general, so if I can make my clothes, I can make them exactly how I want them to be. And I have been waiting for this machine to come out so I can get a new sewing machine for myself. The one I currently have is like a 5-inch throat. I bought it from a thrift store a while ago. It's technically a vintage machine, and it is at the end of its life.
Well, Caroline says, I'm a novice quilter, and she enjoys home decor projects the most. Anne is a quilter and a long armor.
Lovely.
I'd love to hear that. I've done it all. We were talking earlier before we went live about different types of quilting. Did you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, about different types of quilting? Yeah, absolutely. So, sorry, Barbara. We're gonna just do like a general overview as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
this has a really great out-of-the-box experience. The only thing that requires assembly is this thread mast up top here. Other than that, the machine comes completely put together for you. There's not a lot of work you have to put into it, and I think that's great. This machine is about 26 pounds, so not too heavy, easy to carry around with you everywhere.
I would
But
say
now we
so.
can, yeah, I've carried
That's
it. It's super
amazing.
easy. Even in the box, it was way lighter than I was expecting. So I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So 2 types of quilting, push-through quilting and free motion quilting. I don't know about you, Barbara, but I get horrible fatigue when I do push-through quilting. I feel it in my neck and my shoulders and my lower back because I get all tense and then my fingers start to hurt. What about you?
Oh yeah. So push through quilting is I think how everyone thinks that they should get started, but let's just so everyone. Um, so push through quilting is when you actually move the fabric and the machine stays stationary on the table. A lot of people do it and have great success with it. But I find personally that my shoulders just because I'm trying to like get everything so perfect that it's a little bit painful after a while just trying to move everything around. Mary says, "Oh, I'm terrible at free motion." Yes, me too. I just find that I can't relax doing that. So I think Mark may have mentioned this to me at some point that when you push, so the sewing machine is a pencil and the fabric is a piece of paper. And when you push the fabric, it's very awkward.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But if you move the pin, which is the sewing machine, by the use of a quilting frame of some sort, that's a lot easier. So it's something to consider when starting quilting.
Yeah, I think it feels a little bit more natural too. So the first thing I always do when I try a machine is I sign my name because I know how to sign my name. I do it every single day. It's something that's just ingrained into my brain. And so it's something that you can easily transpose into free motion quilting. And when I sign my name free motion, oh my gosh, it's so easy. I always think it looks so cute. When I try and sign my name with push through quilting, it looks like I'm a second grader who's learning how to write. So yeah, definitely big fan of free motion. And speaking of free motion, this machine fits on all of our current frames. So you can use it for a sewing machine for push through quilting, but you can also use it for free motion quilting as well.
I love that. I love that so much. And I love that Grace makes frames for every budget. They
Me too.
start at a very low price with the QD that's
Mm-hmm.
available, and it's portable as well. So, but another thing to consider when you're doing free motion quilting is your stitch length, and
Yes.
it's always kind of like um, do you buy these encoders to put on the machine that reads how it's moving left, right, how fast it's moving on the
Mm-hmm.
tracks to regulate the stitch length so that it looks even.
Yes.
But this machine has something very
Oh
exciting.
my gosh, this machine has something so exciting. So we'll do close-ups a little bit later so you guys can all see what we're talking about. But this machine uses an optical encoder. So when you're in quilting mode, it turns on that regulation for you, and then the optical encoder senses how fast or slow your fabric is moving over, and it will regulate your stitches for you that way.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I think that's the future. And I'm so excited that we have a lightweight machine.
Yes.
You didn't mention, I don't know if you mentioned that it has feed dogs on it too. So
I
you can
did
also
not.
do straight stitch with
Yes.
it. And you can, it's so cool. Let's check in with the people that are watching real quick. Carissa says that she's a quilter, and as well, she does machine embroidery and garments and more. So that's good to hear. Star is a newbie quilter working on her second quilt, edge to edge quilting on the Stellaire. Very cool. And Anne wants to know, what is the throat space again on that?
Yeah, I'll definitely answer that. So the throat space is 13 inches from the needle to the back of the throat, and it's 8 inches tall from the base of the machine to the top of this harp. So not only do you have a lot of depth, but you have a lot of height that you can work with as well. And so anytime any of you have a question, just pop it in the comments. We will answer it. Barbara will mark it so we know you guys have a question. So don't hold back your questions. We're here to answer them for you. That's what our segment here is for today. I do have a question for our watchers though, and how many of you are interested in quilting, but you don't know where to start? Maybe you're nervous to get started. I would love to know how many of you are out there. Because this machine will literally change your life.
Of course. I think having the freedom of having a frame is very nice when doing a full-size quilt. Joanne Carey says, I'm a quilting in the hoop person. I'm here to compare. So how does quilting on a frame compare to embroidery quilting?
It's a great question. Not one I think I know the answer to really, because
Okay,
they
well,
are
I know it.
different.
So when you're quilting on a full-size frame, you're not limited to an embroidery hoop size of your machine. You can go full, depending on the frame you get, full length left to right on your quilt, and then depending on the frame, there's certain depending on the size of the needle to the neck, that will be like your depth of
Yeah.
field.
So Barbara, was the question about a hoop frame like versus a rolling frame?
Well, she's a machine embroiderer, so she's doing embroidery quilting in her embroidery hoop. Yeah,
Okay.
something a little different, but it's all fun. It's all fun to do.
Yeah, that is fun to
Let's
do.
see. Here's one from Mary. I have to do quilt as you go. I only have a regular sewing machine, and having someone else quilt it is expensive! Exclamation
Yes,
point.
it is expensive, which is why like when you can quilt by yourself, it just adds up and you get your money's worth when you do your own quilting. Whether that's push through quilting or on a frame, you can piece with this machine and then switch right over to quilting. It's amazing. But let's talk about, so we're going to talk about more of the sewing capabilities that it has. So it does have feed dogs built in. And we do have up here, we'll do a close-up later, but up here we have your stitches per inch, so the size of your stitches and the stitch speed as well that you can adjust. We do have a button for quilting mode, but this machine does have a safeguard built in. So if you are not in quilting mode, it will not engage to keep your machine safe and healthy and in good condition.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
I think it's also great too. It also comes with a foot pedal with a 7-foot cord. So whether you're a sitting sewer or quilter or a standing, it can accommodate that for you as well. And we also have a bunch of lovely feet that come with it as well that we'll do a close-up of later, so there's not too much cameras moving around. But so you get all these feet with you. It's amazing. I think it's great. So any questions about the sewing capabilities about this machine, either Barbara or the participants watching?
I think you went over the size of the bobbin, correct? Is it an L or an M?
I did. It's an M class bobbin.
Let's talk about that because I think regular sewers are used to having a little less thread on their bobbin. And when you're doing a full-size quilt, you can have to change that in the middle of sewing quite often. So the M bobbin is the largest of the standard size bobbins, right?
It is, yes. And if I remember correctly, I think it's like 35% more thread that you can fit on an M-class bobbin compared to an L-class bobbin.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
that is
so
fantastic.
Great bobbin capacity. You're not going to have to change it around as much, especially if you're sewing. Like, it's going to stay in there forever if you don't change your thread.
Of course. Well,
yeah.
I'd love to see the accessories up close and the machine up close so that we can see those encoders on the
Okay,
front.
perfect. Yeah, let's get a close-up.
All right, while they're moving their camera, I just want to say hi to Sally watching from Bedfordshire, UK. It's always cool to see where people are watching from. And Kingwood, Texas. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. And Brenda, thank you so much for watching. All right, let's see. I think we're almost ready to see it. All right, here we go. And I'm going to make you full screen. And we're ready.
Perfect. Yeah, so here's the close-up.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Here is the optical encoder that will regulate your stitches for you as your fabric is moving over. Here, let's see. Where's my, okay. I'm behind the machine, so forgive me. This is your start and stop button. This is your reverse or back stitch button. And then up here is your needle up and down. So all of these buttons are easily accessible to you right in front. And if we want to move up here, up on the top, here we have the button that engages your quilting mode. And as I was explaining earlier with the safeguard built in, right now it's in sewing mode. So when I click it, it's not going to turn on. And you might be able to hear that little beep telling you that it is not ready for quilting mode. Here we have our stitch length. Is that correct? I'm looking at it backwards. Okay. So here we have our buttons for our stitch lengths. This one makes it, the stitches bigger. This one makes it smaller. And then here we have your stitch speed as well. So you can make it stitch faster, make it stitch slower. You have these settings for you as well. And like our long arm and our mid arm machines, this machine also has a built-in bobbin winder. So this bobbin winder also works as a sensor, so you can press start and press stop, or it can automatically stop for you when it senses that the bobbin is full. So if I put my finger here, it's going to read that it's full and it's going to stop. So it has that automatic bobbin sensor for you as well. And this is also adjustable, so you can move it forward and back and change how full it'll stop with your bobbin. So if you want a little less full of a bobbin, you can adjust that. If you want maybe just a little extra, you can do that as well. Super easy peasy. And then here is the throat. And if you'll notice, there are some throat lights under here. So let's turn off our overhead light so you can get a good idea of what those look like. So here is our overhead, the throat lights on the machine. Lovely.
So important. Such an important feature to have.
And if you want to pan down to the base, you guys will notice that it disperses your shadows. So if you're ever working directly underneath it, it has a honeycomb design in the lights that disperse the shadows so you don't have to fight through them.
Oh,
Which I think that's a really important feature. I lived with my grandparents for a long time, and every time I work in the dark, all I can hear is my grandma whispering in my ear that I'm going to ruin my eyes and I can't see right. So this helps you with that, and I think it's great.
Oh my goodness. Well, Brenda just commented the lighting looks wonderful.
Good, Brenda. I think it's wonderful too. So yeah, and also like all of our other machines, they have the threading guides printed on the outside for you. And if you, like me, can never remember how to correctly thread your machine, even if you do it all the time, luckily it is printed on the side for you with exactly how to do it. And they also have the threading instructions for the bobbin winder as well. So
That
you
is
always
so
know.
helpful.
Yes, I think it's so helpful too. I love it.
And you can put large cones on this machine too, as well, I can see.
Yes, you can.
Very
And while we're
nice.
doing a close-up, first we're going to look at the foot accessories, and then I'll show you what you can do, how you would
Before we do
engage.
that, can you open that door so that we can see how easy it is to clean?
Yeah, we can open it for sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I just think that that's great because you don't have to, take it into the service for cleaning
Yes, and we're
those.
going to turn our overhead light back on. So here's the hood. It swings open. And
Oh,
then this is where you will do your maintenance. So these copper brassy rings that are a little hard to see in the lighting, but that's where you're going to do your maintenance. It's really easy peasy.
looks like a well-manufactured machine for sure.
I would definitely agree with you.
And while we're on that side, can we take a look at the bobbin area?
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have to get a little
Oh, thank you, Mark.
interesting.
Mark
Yeah,
is the
okay.
cameraman today.
So you'll also notice that there's an LED light in the bobbin area, so you can see that.
Wow. Oh, thank you, Grace. Okay, that's an industry first. I've never seen that in any other machine. A lighted bobbin area.
Yes, and then
Genius.
here is your lovely M-class bobbin.
Wow. We're getting so many good comments. Wow, that is so cool from Aaron Potts. So cool from Jennifer Hoffman. This is such a beautiful machine. What a pretty machine from Mary Perez. They love the light in the bobbin area, says Brenda. Awesome, Aaron Potts. Trisha says, love that. Oh my goodness.
Yes. I am so excited that you guys are excited because I can't contain my excitement, honestly. I just want to talk about this machine. Blah, 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 blah. Okay,
Oh,
so
I'm also excited about that it does sewing as well. So I'm interested to see the feet that are available.
yes, me too. And we'll look at those right now. So you're gonna get, let's see, I think this is, yeah, we can do it like that. That gives you a nice base. So this is the standard hopping foot that will come for quilting. And then you'll get a zipper foot. And then the sewing foot is installed. So you're gonna have the sewing foot as wear, but I have an extra one right here for you to see.
That's actually my favorite sewing foot. I love
Okay.
the center hole because it stabilizes the top fabric so that it doesn't sink into the bobbin area. And it just works very well.
Good to know, yeah. And then this one is a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance.
That's also my favorite foot.
I love that. And then I can't remember what this foot is called, but you also get this one.
Okay, that's a straight stitch foot.
So just a straight stitch. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Oh,
Perfect.
wow.
So these are all the foot attachments that you get. So Barbara, do we want to move on to quilting mode, or do we want to look at the other accessories that we get as well?
Well, I did get a question. Perhaps this is a good time. What is the difference between the encoder and a stitch regulator? Is what Chrissa said.
Yeah, so the encoder is what tells the machine how to regulate it. So the encoders and the stitch regulators are basically the same thing.
They work differently, though. I mean, it's a type of stitch regulator.
It is, yeah. So we have this machine has an optical encoder. So what it does is the sensor over here senses how fast you're moving fabric over it, and that is what does the regulation. On our long arm and our mid arm machines, we have encoders that have wheels on them that roll around the track to calculate the speed. But because this is a sewing and a quilting machine, we have the optical encoder because maybe you don't quilt on a frame, but you still need that stitch regulation.
So are you able to use that type of optical encoder on a long arm? Yes. That was the
We don't have
answer.
them on our long arms. Yeah. Ours use the encoders with the wheels on them to regulate, but this one is our first machine with an optical encoder.
I love it. Okay, so our owner, John Douthit, is watching. And if you wanted to fix the camera, I'll come in for just a minute. He says built-in stitch regulation does not require encoders on the side and back of the machine. So you may have seen it. It's like a roller ball with a little phone jack cord that goes into the back of the machine. And he says the sensor in front of the needle plate reads the movement of your fabric to control the speed and the length. Thank you, industry expert John Douthit.
Yes.
Also my father, who taught me everything I know.
That's lovely.
All right, we're just getting, oh, Brenda says thank you, John. Yes. We did have a question. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
We have a question from Aaron Potts. Would the hopping foot work as a ruler foot?
So it's not a ruler foot. It's a standard hopping foot. So it's not as tall as a ruler foot is, but all of our foot attachments that are made for our unique mid and long arms are made to fit this machine as well. So our 3-piece, our 9-piece, our Quilt Perfect, the 360 Wonderfoot, all of them are compatible with this machine.
Oh, that's great because you guys make some really awesome feet for the long arms. And there's a roller foot available. So it doesn't come with it, but you can purchase it separately.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful to know. I love it.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that.
Lana says, beautiful machine. Everyone's just saying that's so cool.
It is so cool. I definitely agree. I can't fathom how cool this machine is.
So let's talk about like the different options that there are, I guess, for using this. So you could use it to like okay, so we sell AllBrands. So let me just think. The Juki TL2010Q or the Brother PQ1500S. It's a high-speed straight stitch only machine. It doesn't have stitch regulation, and it's only 9 inches from the needle to the neck. And you said this one's 13, right?
Yes.
So this opens up a lot more area for, without having to go to the next size up, which is the 15? 16.
16. Sorry.
Yeah.
2 people were talking at the same time. I was like, what is happening?
So
yeah, and another
it's a nice middle point.
It is a nice middle point, yes.
But it also sews.
It does, and it sews at 1,600 stitches per minute.
That's fast.
Yeah, so not only is it fast, it's strong as well with the types of materials that it can sew. Canvas, denim, even leather. So you have a workhorse and it's fast too.
So it's like taking the TL2010Q PQ1500S, making it, I can't remember the stitches per minute, but I think that's faster.
Yeah,
and
making it
you can fit
taller,
much more quilt.
longer, faster. Yeah.
Yes. And it has stitch regulation.
And it has stitch regulation, yes.
No brainer. Oh my goodness.
I know. It's beautiful.
That's wonderful.
Okay, so
here's a question that we
go ahead.
Okay. Krissa asks, would this machine be overkill on a cutie frame?
Absolutely not.
I think that's why
this machine would be perfect for the cutie frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you wanted to use the full depth of the cutie frame, like from here to here, facing it, they do is it the 21 that fits the cutie frame?
No, so the cutie can accommodate up to a 19-inch throat, so our 16s and our 19s can fit on the cutie frame.
Okay. Yes. Okay, got it.
And cool. If a 19-inch machine on the cutie frame is not overkill, this is definitely not going to be overkill either.
Great. And this one you can take off and use as a regular sewing machine. So if you got costuming to do and you want a high-speed, durable straight stitch machine, One question that we have is what kind of fabric can you stitch with this?
Anytime. Like literally anything, like regular cotton. You can do anything that you can stitch through on a domestic sewing machine and a quilting sewing machine, you can do on this one, plus more.
So Chris just responded. And I'm sorry if we have a little bit of a lag. Carissa just responded, yay, I have the cutie, but I'm using the Juki I purchased for bag making. So you could get this machine for your cutie frame and keep your Juki out for bag making. Absolutely. Or you can also use this one for bag making as well.
Yes, yeah, I think that's great. So we've talked about sewing. We've gone over the foot attachments that you get. Let's talk about quilting now. So a lot of you, so the feed dogs don't disengage. So that leaves the question, how do you turn on the regulation mode? So we're going to do a close-up, Barbara.
Okay. Oh, here we go. While they move their camera. Oh, look, Roxanne just made a comment. You got a lot of bang for your buck with this rebel. I feel like you guys are really being rebels, making something so different from what's available
I would definitely agree with you.
Yes. That are available. It's like we only had 9 inches and then we had to go all the way up to 16 and now we have a 13. This is perfect.
Yes, I think it's going to be great.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is the needle plate cover. The feed dogs don't disengage on this machine. So what this does is this slides under here.
Oh.
And then, I don't know if you heard that click, so hold on. So I'm going to drop it back down. You're going to hear it click. And then you're going to see this blue light pop on.
Ah, it's magic.
Yes. So once that clips down into place, it tells the machine that the feed dogs are covered and it's safe to engage quilting mode. And then this will turn on. If you don't want to quilt with regulation, you can also turn it off.
Okay, so it will just be unregulated. So you'll be the regulator.
Yeah, so when this blue light is on this cue right here, that means quilting mode is on. If you don't want regulation while you're quilting, you'll just turn it off and then you'll notice that that blue light is gone. So no stitch regulation, stitch regulation.
I love that. So that regulates the length of your stitch as it reads the fabric moving over the lasers or optical encoder below.
Yes, absolutely.
So that it has the same stitch length no matter how fast you move the fabric.
Yeah. And then because it is regulated stitching, you'll notice that these lights aren't illuminated up here. This is your stitching speed. So because it's regulated, this isn't necessary. So these will turn off and they'll deactivate for you. But you can still adjust your stitches per inch.
Very cool. So can you also use a foot control with this machine? Or is it all start, stop button?
Yeah, so there is a foot pedal when the blue light by the cue is illuminated, so the quilting regulation is on. You can't use the foot pedal, but you can use the foot pedal if you turn the regulation off.
Wow, I love it. And I love that I don't have to remember how to thread it because it reminds me on the screen.
Yes, I love it too. I am horrible at remembering how to thread machines.
Also, the orientation of the bobbin is critical because if you put this machine on a frame, it's going to make it a lot easier to change that bobbin when it's
also like that it's open as well because I've had sewing machines that the bobbin may be in there like vertical like this, but you still have to open it up. You usually have to open up the base of the machine. And when you're free motion quilting on a frame, that kind of can be a little bit tedious because you usually have to unhoop something so you can open up those bobbin areas, especially if it's a bobbin that lays flat. So I really like that this area is open because it gives you easy access to change the bobbin and you don't really have to unhoop or unclip anything in the middle if you run out of your bobbin.
Oh, very cool. We had 2 comments come through. One was from Anne, and it says, yay, no screwdrivers to change those plates.
Yes.
Yeah, for the top one. But the bottom one, I believe, does have screws on it to remove it,
does.
correct? I just want to make sure that we're getting all of the information out there for everyone. Yeah,
So there's only
there's
2 screws.
2. Mm-hmm.
And then these slots that don't have screws, those are where the magnets on the needle plate attach. And then this little node here is what presses the button to tell it it's time to be in quilting mode.
Oh, smart. Okay. I love all of those stitching lines too on the needle plate. Thank you. You can never have too many guides for sewing straight. I love that.
This is correct. And so a common question that I've gotten either talking to my dealers or people or just general customers about it is what kind of sewing feet, if they want extra, can they get? So this is a low shank machine, and these like detachable sewing feet, as long as it's low shank, most of these are universal, so you can get other ones that you find if you like them to attach to this machine as well.
I'm
So
interested.
you're not only
They look
limited.
very familiar to me. So I'm thinking that there'll be other brand feet will be compatible
Yes.
with these. So that's great. And Vicky just wants to be reminded the weight of the machine. I can't believe it's as light as you say it is because it's so large.
It is 26 pounds, and that is all.
I don't believe you. I just don't believe it. That's critical for when you're having to move it off and on the frame.
It is. It really is.
So, oh, very cool. Can we talk a little bit about the frames that this will fit on?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna transition back from the close-up, Barbara, real quick.
I love it. Renee, hi. I think it's nice too. I'm so excited to have options.
Yes,
and this
I
is
also love it.
A wonderful step up from the 9-inch option that we have. So here we go.
Okay, we're back. Hello. So what frames does this go on? It'll fit on all of the frames that we currently have. So that includes the Cutie frame, the new Cutie Breeze that's coming out later this year, the Q-Zone Queen and the Q-Zone Hoop, as well as the Evolution Hoop and the Evolution Elite. So it will fit on any one of those.
That's amazing. And so it doesn't need extra encoders when you put it on a bigger frame. It just reads the fabric through the optical encoders.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, that's great. And so can you also use, can you get robotics for this?
Yes, you can.
That's great. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what robotics is, when this machine or any of the other in the CUNY line that the Grace Company makes, when you put it on the machine, it comes with some hardware that it's like conveyor belts, I guess is the easiest thing that I can say to
yeah, so you get a motor plate.
Yeah, it will move the machine around without you even touching it, and so you don't have to be a master at free motion quilting. You just plug in your design, the machine moves itself on the frame.
Exactly. And that kind of just makes me think of the combo deals that we have, Barbara. Do you want to tell them what they are, or just show them and I can talk about them? Whatever.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the first option.
Yeah, we'll talk about the first one.
So all of these are available for pre-order on AllBrands.com. We have a page. If you click in the description of this video, there's a link that you can click on, and it will have the deposit page, but it will also have another page where you could just go ahead and pick your option and check out, and it will ship after mid-November. Our first option is just a little rebellion. It's $24.99, and let me just pop up our financing that we have. So that actually qualifies for our 12 months 0% financing through Synchrony financing. So that's 0%. You can get a low price per month on this if you opt for that. It's also free shipping. And why don't you tell us what that comes with, Allegra?
Yeah, so just a little rebellion, you're gonna get the machine, but you're also gonna get a limited edition comfort cutter. So if you've noticed, we were doing the video, there's this lovely blue that is on the little rebel. The comfort cutter will be the same blue, so you can match your machine, which I think is just really cute. I love that.
I love that blue. It's beautiful.
I would definitely agree, yeah. And then
So,
the next package is the shaking up the system. Um, do you
so
want to
that
go
one
over
will
that
be
pricing?
free
It's a little
shipping
harder
and
for me to
0%
see.
financing. That one will be free shipping and 0% financing as well.
Yes, and that package is $27.50, and you're going to get the little Rebel, the limited edition comfort cutter, and then you're also going to get a home base quilter merch bundle. So a home base quilter fabric tote bag. You're going to get home base quilter stickers, and then you're going to get a little Rebel mug that says "Change the World" on it. You're going to get a 4-pack of thread that match the colors of the little Rebel. So it'll be midnight blue, sapphire blue, smoky quartz, and snow white. And then you'll get a 9.5 square true cut ruler and a package of true grips as well.
I love it. All right, let's talk about full on anarchy.
Yes, full on anarchy. It is everything that we had listed in the previous tier, but you get the Cutie Breeze as well, which is going to be our new cutie frame. But if you don't want the cutie frame or you're not interested, you can get 50% off any other frame.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this is the Cutie Breeze. Can you kind of give us a synopsis of what the differences are between the old model and the new model?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Cutie Breeze is going to be the same size as the original Cutie was, but instead of 26 steps to set up, it'll be 6 steps to assemble. So a lot quicker, a lot easier to put together.
Wow.
Yes, and then, yep, and then I know you're familiar with the Cutie. I'm sure a lot of your customers are as well, Barbara. But there's those black straps in the front and the back that are meant to organize your excess fabric. Those are going to be replaced with plastic clip holders to organize it. So that way there's no more unstrapping all of those. I know it takes me a while whenever I do it, and there's no sewing it to your quilt, which I have definitely done before as well.
Oh,
And
wonderful.
then the top plate is different as well. So Barbara, the handles in the Cutie come out from underneath. And I know you have a lot of customers who reach out to you that are like, this is not my favorite. Do you have handles over the top? The answer is yes. The Cutie Breeze will have a different top carriage with the handles that go over the top instead of come from underneath. And then there's also a little accessory organizer on those as well. So a place to put your scissors, your bobbins, your needles if you need to. So they're all accessible as well.
I love this. So this one is also 12 months. That's a whole year to pay. So you can divide up the payment of $31.89 divided by 12. That's only $264 a month. If you're purchasing on our website, allbrands.com, outside of Louisiana and Texas, we do not charge sales tax. And anywhere in the contingent United States, we do not charge shipping on this either. I see that there's some other items too. So is that the same bundle as above, but included is the Cutie Breeze?
Yes.
Perfect.
And then there is technically like a fourth tier that's not on there. It's full on anarchy, but it's plus QCT6. That's 4,999. So everything that we talked about in the previous bundles, the machine, the comfort cutter, the merch bundle, the ruler and the true grips, the full on anarchy plus QCT6 is going to be all of that, the Cutie Breeze or 50% off another frame of your choice, plus QCT6.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I'm so excited about this machine, Allegra. Ah, it's so wonderful.
Oh
Thank
my
you,
gosh,
Grace
I'm also
Company.
so excited.
Oh, I can't wait to get mine. I just think it's so awesome and unique. We had a question from Deddy Slack. Does the Grace Company make a longer throat machine that is as versatile as the Little Rebel? Not yet.
Not yet, no.
This
So
is
this is our only sewing and quilting machine. This is the first one we've ever made. Like Barbara said, it is an industry first. We do have a 21-inch throat quilting machine, but it's not a sewing machine.
Here's one question again from Chrissy. Can the Cutie be upgraded to the Cutie Breeze? I think she's phoning a friend.
Yeah. So for the top plate only. So if they want the Cutie Breeze, we don't. There's no trade-in option for the Cutie to the Cutie Breeze, but that top plate and handles with the handles over the top will be available individually. So if people have the original Cutie, but they want those handles, they can get those handles.
Yeah, because the handles before costed the same amount as the Cutie frame. So it's like, oh man, this is just so thank you for making a solution for everyone. And now you can upgrade your Cutie to have the top handles, which is great.
Of course, yeah. And I think it just shows how much Grace listens to our customers as well. We really do value all the feedback that we get from you guys, and it helps us create better and more innovative products that you guys are going to love.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's see. We'll do a few more Q&As. Looks like here we go. One from Vicky. A lot of quilters are making bags. Yes, Vicky. I quilt fabric and make bags out of it. It's like having a pillow that you carry around with you all day. It's the best kind of bag. A quilted bag is the best bag. Will this machine handle the thickness of that many layers of fabric foam?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So if you weren't with us earlier, Vicky, this machine can handle canvas, denim, leather. It's a workhorse, so it can puncture all that fabric.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. I'm getting in line. I'm expecting one to be sent to me for sure. I can't wait. So if you guys want to get in line for this machine, I think there's currently like 400 orders in process.
We currently have over 410 pre-orders for the Little Rebel. So get your pre-orders in ASAP.
Yeah, so you can purchase the pre-order from AllBrands.com. It's in the link below this video. And if you check out on our website, you can opt in for the 0% financing for 12 months for any of those three options for a low price per month. If you're outside of Louisiana or Texas, our checkout does not charge sales tax, and we offer free shipping. So you can either opt to go ahead and make the full purchase now, or there is a deposit page. So we hope that you choose allbrands.com if you decide to purchase this item, because we're a family-owned and operated business since 1976, and we're just so excited about this machine coming out.
I'm so glad to hear that, Barbara.
Oh, one more question before we do our giveaway. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and comment #allbrands.com, because in just a few moments, I'll be pulling up our giveaway screen. Here we go. Very good question, Brenda. What is the thickest thread this machine will handle?
Mark, do you know that answer?
Yeah, so 50 weight, 40 weight, and they can go 50 weight, up to the quilting size of 50, 40 weight.
Okay, so you can do like regular sewing machine thread, but it also can accommodate up to the thicker quilting threads like the 30 and 40 weights.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's great to hear. I can't wait. All right.
Real quick, Barbara, I'm so sorry. Real quick. We did not go over what comes with the Little Rebel, so let's just go through that really quick, and then we'll let you guys get your giveaway. I know you're all excited.
Please.
So it'll come with a welcome folder that includes the instruction booklet. It'll have quilting panel instructions, a reference card, and a tension booklet as well to help you with that. And then the foot attachments, there's the hopping foot, the presser foot with the 1/4 inch seam allowance, and the open toe quilting foot as well. And then you're going to get a handle control box. So if you're doing free motion quilting, it's not really fun to reach over to your machine all the time and turn it on and off. So there will be a cable that will run to your handles with a start and stop and needle up and down, so you can control it from there, give you more ease and access to free motion quilting. It'll also come with a foot pedal with a 7-foot cord. You'll get an 18 by 24-inch sewing base. You're going to get your needle magnet, your lint brush, your machine oil, and then you're going to get 3 bobbins and 4 10-packs of needles in size 18, 16, 14, and 12. You're going to get a thread net, 3 sizes of spool caps, and a Teflon friction mat. So you're going to get everything you need to either sew or push through quilt or free motion quilt.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Look, we have one of our subscribers on our special YouTube club joining in, Barbara Jones. It's so good to see you again. She says, hi from Orlando today. So I know you're from Houston, so that's pretty exciting. I wonder
on
what
a vacation
in Orlando. This is the perfect work break, AllBrands and the Grace Company. Ah, love it. All right. And it looks like, does Mark know if, one more question from Krissa. I use a Tex 35 in my bag making. Do you know if there are other sizes bag makers use? Can I use Little Rebel and will it handle Tex 35? That may stump the...
What is Tex 35?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so it stumped all of us.
I know, Krissa, you stumped us. Okay, here's a really good explanation from our owner, John M. Again, thank you to my father. How many layers you can sew is limited by the maximum presser foot height and fabric compression. So that's good. All right, let's do a giveaway. You ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All right. Our winner is going to be, and it can't be AllBrands like it did last week. Let's see here. Debbie! Oh my God.
Congratulations, Debbie.
Yay. So please email me at events@allbrands.com with your name, number, and address, and I will send you your $25 allbrands.com e-gift card, and maybe you could just use that towards your pre-order for the Little Rebel, and I will put that back on the screen just so that you guys can see this again. Get in line now, because if you wait any longer, it may be December before it ships, probably, right?
Yeah, so definitely get them in ASAP.
Yes, yes. I love it. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show today. It's really been a joy. And thank you
so much, Barbara, for having us.
Thank you for making this machine that's creating solutions for quilters and sewers, because we don't just do one thing. We do a lot of things. All right. And thank you, Mark, for your fancy camera work. And
give us a wave, Mark.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. If you have any questions, please give us a call. We'd be happy to help you with anything you need. Okay. Bye, guys. Mwah.